I know the Verbier Festival is will be opening in this summer. How is the special and different than the before for you?
It's more work for us because there is a virus out there which we don't like, and we're trying to keep it away from Verbier. But apart from that, we have made lots of precautionary measures in that the concerts are shorter, there are no intervals, there are more entrances to the hall, there are more exits to the hall, people sit distancing. Now we're spending quite a lot of time on the sanitary protocol, and we have, of course, pressure from the government to be clean, and we also try our best to give confidence to the public that coming to Verbier is not dangerous. And in general, I think that going to a classical music concert is not dangerous.
Right.
I mean, if you see people, they stand in train and undergrounds, and they travel on planes, and they sit next to each other. In concert halls, people sit, they don't run around, they sit very still, and I think it's only a minimal risk.
Absolutely. So, what is could you expectation about the future, about the new situation for the festivals?
Well, music will be more important for all of us after this year. I think we've all suffered, everyone differently, but everyone has been touched by this, and musicians especially, because there were no concerts, no income, and since most musicians are freelance, it's very difficult to make ends meet. So I think at least this year people will probably come up being very happy to hear live music again, not virtual music, but live music, and just breathe, because it has been very, very strenuous.
Yeah. I know, actually from last year, April, you founded a new foundation to support the young musicians.
Right. As you know yourself, we have several hundreds musicians in Verbier, several young musicians between 13 and 30. And Verbier is an educational platform. And many of these young students, they suffered really badly last year. So we started this emergency relief fund where we help musicians. We have helped about 350. I have found about 1 million Swiss francs to distribute, and I think this has been very helpful.
Wow, it is a really great thing. For everyone, it's not easy, especially for the young musicians.
Right.
Yeah, I'm also one of them educated at the Verbier Festival, and I'm also lucky one to have today this with my job. Could you share with us also a little bit about the VFO?
Yeah, so the Verbier Festival Orchestra was founded in 2000 thanks to the Swiss bank UBS, and James Levine was our music director, and the idea of the orchestra was that it was our orchestra in residence in Verbier every summer, and that in October, November of each year the orchestra would travel around the world for the interest of the bank. In the 9 years that the UBS Verbier Festival Orchestra existed, we visited 82 cities in 33 countries. We were everywhere, and so this orchestra was a fantastic ambassador also to Verbier and to the Verbier Festival, and helped us greatly. And then when the bank had the difficulties in 2008, they stopped the sponsoring, and we continued the orchestra, the Verbier Festival Orchestra, and then it was Charles Dutoit, music director, and now it's Valery Gergiev. And we have, I think, a very big reputation. I know that there are lots of Asian musicians in the orchestra. We do also auditions not only in New York or Philadelphia, but also in China directly to find talent. And I feel that there are more and more Chinese talents in China now than before they all left China and they went to study abroad. But this is changing. So no, it's a great project, this Werbier Festival Orchestra, and I look forward to seeing everybody back this summer.
Yes, yes. We hope that also the tour will be also going on. Yeah.
Yeah. Nowadays we tour with the chamber orchestra.
Yes. Yeah.
So we have been twice to China with the Werbier Festival Chamber Orchestra. We're going back in 2 years to celebrate the festival's 30th anniversary.
Yeah.
So we have a tour coming up, and
wow.
Yeah, that'll be exciting.
And may I just ask, how could you find the combination between music and nature in Werbier, so beautiful location?
You know, a festival I think should be very different than a concert during the season. During the season you go to a concert, you arrive in the last minute, you listen to the concert and then you go home, basically. In the festival, in a festival, it's a whole experience. You probably go with friends, you probably go a little bit earlier or you stay overnight. In Europe, almost all festivals, big festivals, are in cities. In America, all the big festivals are outside the city. And Werbier is the biggest festival in Europe outside the city. So we have a different concept, cultural holidays I call it, where people really come with families and they stay for a while, and in this Swissness is something very important to it. In Switzerland everything is beautiful, even the cows are beautiful. So you really have the best of so many worlds, having the greatest musician, the greatest music up in the mountains. It's a really good combination.
Would you maybe give us a little comments for our Chinese music friends?
Xiaomin is a very good friend of mine since many, many years. We probably got together in almost 20 years ago, and he's doing a great career now, and the festival is blossoming also. So I warmly welcome more Chinese music students, families, music lovers to Werbier. You really will not regret it. It's such a beautiful place.